In every generation, there are extraordinary people with extraordinary talents. Michael Jordan, Herschel Walker, Paul McCartney, they all have extraordinary gifts that we've all witnessed. Extraordinary people can do the things that the rest of us can't. They were born with gifts that the rest of us can simply admire. It's also true that in every generation, there are ordinary people, people just like you and me, who become extraordinary. They discover a process that, when followed, unlocks their full potential. They do ordinary things in an extraordinary way. If you've ever watched Tom Brady, a 6th-round pick, you've witnessed ordinary becoming extraordinary. As much as we all admire those among us with extraordinary gifts, I think we're all even more inspired by the ordinary among us who become extraordinary. We're drawn to them because they give us an example of how we too can become extraordinary.
You have goals, but these goals won't just be about you individually being able to accomplish these goals, because one of the things on that pyramid of success I talk about is being a team. And the big part of being a team is you have to be able to communicate with other people, and you have to work with other people. And you can never have any team chemistry for this reason. Mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people. Because you can never have any team chemistry in your organization if everybody's not committed to the same standard and the same things. You know, when I worked for Bill Belichick, we had one sign in the building. It was, "Do your job." You know, you go in all these places and, you know, you see all these things. One sign, "Do your job." He defined the expectation for everybody in the organization, whether it was the secretary, the personnel people, the coaches, the players, the kind of players that we wanted, the kind of size they needed to be, the kind of personal characteristics we wanted them to have, the critical factors to play their position. But once it was defined, you had to be responsible for your own self-determination, and that is accountability. And you have to be able to communicate with other people and be a part of our organization and work with people to be able to do that. And you also have to be willing to serve other people to be able to do that. It can't be just about you. You may be motivated about what's about you, but in your life, it can't be just about you. You got to serve other people. Let me ask you this. How do you pray? Do you pray to be blessed? Or do you pray to be a blessing? Somebody else has to bless you. But you can be a blessing to everybody that you meet. Everything that you do. By the positive energy and attitude that you have. What are you selling today? What feelings are you working with? Showing on your sleeve? Dumb players do dumb things. Smart players seldom do dumb things. It's all about choices and decisions. Are you a dumb player? Or are you a smart player? Which one do you want to be? Well, that's going to be determined by a large degree because of choices and decisions you make. And they're not always going to be made up by you. They're going to be made up by somebody else in the organization that you're trying to succeed in. And your ability to communicate is important. But sometimes you have to be able to realize what the consequences of your behavior is, regardless of what your emotional commitment might be to it. So that little pyramid over there that I talked about, be a champion. Who you are is important. Being responsible for your own self-determination is real important, which is accountability. Having positive energy and attitude to accomplish the goal that you have set for yourself. And your goal is a process. It's not a result. And you got to be a part of a team. And to be a part of the team, you got to buy into the principles and values of the organization. And you got to trust and respect the people that are on the team that you have to work with every day. And you'll always be able to accomplish more if you can do those things.